Welcome to Old Coins News. Today we bring you three amazing and historic coins, each carrying hidden value, rare features, and incredible stories from the past. Every coin opens a new journey, a new discovery, and a world of knowledge. So let's begin this exciting numismatic adventure together, only on Old Coins News, where every old coin reveals its true identity. So let's get started. The 1918 United States one dime, widely known among collectors as a Mercury dime, but officially titled a Winged Liberty Head dime, stands as one of the most symbolically rich and artistically celebrated coins in American history. The name Mercury dime is actually a misinterpretation. The figure is not the Roman god Mercury, but rather liberty, presented with a wing cap symbolizing the freedom of thought. The year 1918 places this coin in a critical moment in American history, just as World War I was ending, with patriotic sentiment strong and the American Mint focusing on bold, modern, inspirational artwork. The coin's design emerged from America's desire to visually express ideals such as liberty, courage, national unity, and the strength of democratic society. As a result, the coin holds tremendous cultural, historical, and artistic value that stretches far beyond its monetary denomination of 10 cents. The obverse of the 1918 dime features a beautifully crafted portrait of Lady Liberty facing left. Her soft facial features, carefully sculpted by chief designer Adolph A. Weinman, represent purity, idealism, and the classical beauty associated with freedom and democracy. Liberty was a distinctive Phrygian cap, a symbol used throughout centuries to represent the liberation of people from oppression. The cap is adorned with wings, which symbolize intellectual freedom and enlightened governance. Surrounding the portrait is the word liberty at the top, boldly curved to match the rim of the dime. Just beneath the chin, and tucked into the field of the coin, lies a patriotic motto, "In God We Trust," a declaration of national faith and a cultural reminder of moral grounding during wartime. The date 1918 appears at the bottom, stamped clearly and deeply as mint technology allowed, ensuring the year of striking is preserved for future generations. On the reverse side of the coin, the design shifts from gentle symbolism to a strong, almost military expression of a nation's resilience. At the center stands a fasces, an ancient bundle of rods with an axe, symbolizing strength through unity. A single rod can break, but a bound group cannot, representing the united power of American society. The axe blade extending from the upper right of the fasces conveys readiness, protection, and national defense. Behind and around the fasces is an olive branch, curling with delicate leaves and tiny olives. This olive branch stands as a symbol of peace, hope, and a desire for harmony. The reverse design cleverly merges peace and strength, suggesting that the United States is a nation prepared for conflict but fundamentally devoted to liberty and peace. Surrounding this imagery is the inscription United States of America, arcing gracefully at the top, followed by the national motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one, a testament to unity and diversity, positioned near the center. At the very bottom lies the denomination 1 dime, reflecting the coin's place in everyday American commerce. Minting of the 1918 dime occurred during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning technologically. Coins of this series were struck at the Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S mints. These coins are produced from high-quality silver alloy composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them both durability and a brilliant metallic sheen. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge, a method designed to prevent shaving or dishonest reduction of precious metal content. During its production year, millions of these coins entered circulation, helping support wartime economic requirements and public daily spending. Many 1918 dimes circulated heavily, becoming worn over decades, making high-grade surviving examples significantly more valuable today. The broader historical landscape of 1918 greatly enhances the significance of this coin. The United States had joined the First World War in 1917, and by 1918 the American war effort was at its peak. Troops were overseas, industries were booming due to wartime production, and patriotic morale at home was strong. In this context, the Winged Liberty Head dime represented American ideals on dense, daily-use metal. For ordinary citizens holding a 1918 dime, it was not merely currency, it was a small artistic reminder of national purpose, unity, and liberty. It passed through the hands of soldiers' families, factory workers, farmers, and millions of citizens supporting the wartime cause. Even after the war ended in November 1918, these dimes continued to circulate, carrying with them the memories of a transformative era in world history. Collectors today regard the 1918 Mercury dime as an essential part of early 20th century numismatics. Its aesthetic appeal, historical context, and symbolic complexity make it a favorite among both beginners and advanced collectors. Condition plays a major role in determining its numismatic value. Coins with clear details, especially full lines in the fasces, known as full bands (FB), are rare and highly prized. The design of Weinman allowed for extremely fine details, but these were often the first to wear down in circulation. As a result, well-preserved specimens demonstrate extraordinary artistry and mint craftsmanship. The absence or presence of a mint mark, D or S, can meaningfully affect value, with certain mintages scarcer in higher grades. Overall, the 1918 winged Liberty Head, Mercury, dime is far more than a small piece of silver currency. It is a compact symbol of America's artistic renaissance, wartime courage, economic resilience, and cultural optimism. Its obverse celebrates intelligence, liberty, and moral strength, while the reverse blends peace with preparedness. The coin circulation during one of the most pivotal years in American and world history gives it a unique character and emotional depth. Whether studied, collected, or admired, the 1918 dime offers a window into early 20th century American life, reflecting the nation's spirit, challenges, and triumphs, captured forever in 10 cents of beautifully crafted silver. The 1919 United States one dime, recognized by collectors as part of the winged Liberty Head dime series, popularly and mistakenly referred to as a Mercury dime, stands as a profound representation of post-World War I American identity. This dime, struck 1 year after the end of the global conflict, is embedded with symbolism reflecting national recovery, hope, and a return to civic ideals. The obverse design features a figure of liberty, modeled by sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, presented in a youthful, serene profile facing left. She wears a winged Phrygian cap, a timeless emblem of freedom of thought, intellectual liberty, and progress. The wings rising from the cap symbolize America's aspiration toward enlightened thinking during a transformative moment in national history. Surrounding liberty is the inscription Liberty, spaced elegantly across the top curve of the coin, while the national motto In God We Trust appears to the left of her neck, reflecting the moral foundation and spiritual resilience of a nation emerging from wartime hardship. At the bottom stands a date 1919, marking not only the year of minting but also a symbolic milestone in America's re-entry into peace, reconstruction, and economic adjustment. The reverse design of the 1919 dime shifts from aspirational symbolism to a more concrete representation of national strength and unity. At its center is a fasces, a bundle of rods tied securely together with a projecting axe blade, an ancient Roman emblem representing strength derived from unity. No single rod is strong alone, but collectively they form an unbreakable instrument, symbolizing the United States' belief that national cohesion, combined effort, and shared values form the core of its power. Woven around this fasces is an olive branch representing peace, stability, and America's desire for global harmony after the chaos of war. This pairing of the fasces and olive branch balances readiness and peace, suggesting that while the nation was prepared to defend itself, its ultimate goal was to rebuild and foster a peaceful world. The inscriptions United States of America and E Pluribus Unum, out of many, one, reinforce unity and identity, while the denomination one dime appears at the bottom, anchoring the artistry in its functional purpose as currency. The 1919 winged Liberty Head dime was struck at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. As with all dimes of this era, it was manufactured using a composition of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 2.5 grams and measuring 17.9 millimeters in diameter. Its reeded edge was designed to prevent filing or shaving silver, an old practice from earlier monetary centuries. Minting technology in 1919 had significantly improved compared with previous decades, but the detailed nature of Weinman's design still made some errors, especially the fasces bands, vulnerable to flattening during heavy circulation. Coins retaining fully defined fasces bands are known as full bands, FB, dimes, and such specimens are prized by collectors for their clarity, sharpness, and scarcity. The sheer volume of circulating coins and economic turnover during the post-war period meant that many 1919 dimes saw extensive wear, making high-grade examples notably harder to find today. Beyond its artistic and structural characteristics, the 1919 dime occupies an important chapter in American social and economic history. The United States was in the delicate phase of transitioning from wartime production back to domestic peacetime industry. Factories were retooling, soldiers were returning home, and communities were adjusting to the emotional and financial aftershocks of global conflict. Inflationary pressures, job fluctuations, and renewed immigration activity shaped the nation's economic landscape. In this environment, everyday currency like the 1919 dime played a critical role in both commerce and daily life. It passed through the hands of laborers, returning veterans, storekeepers, farmers, and families buying essentials during a time of cautious optimism. Each dime carried with it the subtle reminders of society rebuilding, an economy shifting gears, a culture evolving, and a nation refocusing its vision toward prosperity and unity. Collectors and historians often regard the 1919 Winged Liberty head dime as a bridge between two eras. While the tumult of World War I had ended, its effects lingered in politics, economics, and culture. Coins from 1919 therefore embody a nation caught between hardship and renewal. The design symbolism of intellectual liberty, unity, peace, and strength was not accidental. It communicated national ideals at a time when Americans needed reassurance and inspiration. Because of this, the 1919 dime is often studied not only as a numismatic piece but also as cultural art. The detailed craftsmanship of Weinman's work, the historical timing, and the transitionary nature of the year all combine to make this coin richer in meaning than its small silver form might suggest. Today, the 1919 dime remains a cherished relic among numismatists. Depending on mint mark, condition, and strike sharpness, values can vary widely. Worn examples are common due to heavy circulation, but high-grade mint state coins, especially those with full bands, are significantly scarcer and command strong interest in the numismatic community. Collectors prize the series for its artistry, the historical significance of its minting years, and the elegance of Weinman's masterful design work. The 1919 issue in particular symbolizes recovery, national spirit, and an evolving American identity after the war that reshaped the world. In total, the 1919 one dime stands not only as a physical piece of silver currency but also as a dense historical document, capturing a moment in which the United States sought to rebuild, redefine, and reaffirm its ideals. From the peaceful yet resolute olive branches on the reverse to the hopeful wings on Liberty's cap on the obverse, the coin reveals a narrative of a nation transitioning into a new chapter, one marked by unity, hope, reconstruction, and unbroken commitment to liberty. The 1917 United States one dime, part of the celebrated Winged Liberty head dime series, is one of the most historically significant and artistically admired silver coins of the early 20th century. Although popularly nicknamed the Mercury dime, the design does not portray the Roman god Mercury. It is instead a bold and symbolic representation of liberty created by famed sculptor Adolf A. Weinman. The obverse features a youthful female Liberty facing left, her expression calm, intelligent, and resolute, symbolizing the American spirit during a moment of profound national transformation. She wears a signature winged Phrygian cap, a centuries-old emblem of freedom, independence, and liberation from tyranny. The wings rising from the cap symbolize freedom of thought, innovation, and the country's soaring ambitions. The word liberty arches around the upper rim of the coin, showing the nation's devotion to its founding ideals. Just to the left of Liberty's chin appears the motto, "In God We Trust," placed prominently to reflect moral conviction and reliance on divine guidance during turbulent times. Beneath Liberty's neck, the date 1917 marks a critical year in American and world history, defining this coin as a direct witness to the United States' entry into World War I. The reverse of the 1917 dime continues a strong symbolic message. Dominating the design is a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol consisting of a bundle of rods tied together with a projecting axe head. This represents unity and strength through cooperation, one of the core messages the American government wished to express during wartime. The rods symbolize the American people, individually fragile, but collectively unbreakable, while the axe signals readiness and the power to defend liberty. Wrapped around the fasces is a long, elegantly detailed olive branch, representing peace, hope, stability, and America's ultimate aspiration for harmony despite the global conflict. Together, these elements communicate a striking message. America seeks peace but stands ready to protect its values. Surrounding the design are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and E Pluribus Unum, out of many, one. To the right, reinforcing national identity, unity, and shared purpose. At the bottom appears the denomination 1 dime, grounding this rich symbolism in its practical use as everyday currency. The 1917 winged Liberty head dime was struck at 3 major U.S. mint branches: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. These dimes were made of the standard silver alloy of the time, 90% silver and 10% copper, giving them both durability and attractive luster. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and carries a finely reeded edge, originally intended to prevent the illegal clipping or shaving of silver from circulation coins. Minting technology in 1917 had improved since the 19th century, but still required precision and skill to achieve the full detail of Weinmann's intricate design. Striking issues sometimes cause the fine horizontal lines of the fasces, known as the full bands, FB, to be weak or incomplete. For collectors today, 1917 dimes with strong, well-defined full bands are significantly more valuable and difficult to find, due to both the strike challenges and the extensive circulation these coins experienced during and after the war. The historical context of 1917 adds immense depth to the significance of this coin. On April 6, 1917, the United States officially entered World War I. The nation mobilized rapidly, training soldiers, expanding factories, producing weapons and supplies, and uniting behind the war effort. The economy experienced drastic change, with industries shifting to military production and families across the country adjusting to rationing, shortages, and new forms of national service. Millions of Americans handled the 1917 dime in everyday transactions, buying food, paying streetcar fares, purchasing telegram services, or donating to wartime charity drives. In this way, the 1917 dime became more than a monetary object. It became a silent companion to the American wartime experience, passing from hand to hand as the country rallied behind its troops and prepared for global conflict. The symbolism of liberty's wings and the fasces with olive branch echoed the emotional climate of the nation: hope, resolve, unity, and a desire for eventual peace. Socially, the United States in 1917 was undergoing rapid changes. Immigration patterns were shifting, women were increasingly entering the workforce, and political debates were intense as the government implemented the Selective Service Act, requiring men to register for the draft. The dime, as one of the most heavily circulated coins of the time, witnessed countless everyday moments: workers receiving wages, families making essential purchases, and communities contributing to war bond drives. For many Americans, even a small coin like this represented the broader economic strength of the nation and the idea that each individual contribution, no matter how small, supported the collective effort. Over time, these very coins were kept as mementos by returning soldiers or families who lived through wartime hardship, giving the 1917 dime deep emotional and historical value. From a numismatic perspective, the 1917 winged Liberty head dime is a highly respected part of the Mercury dime series. Collectors appreciate its connection to World War I, its intricate symbolism, and its position early in the life of one of America's most beloved coin designs. While many examples survive in worn condition due to heavy circulation, well-preserved specimens, especially those with sharp strikes and full bands, are treasured in today's market. Mint-mark varieties, especially 1917D and 1917S, add additional layers of collectability, with differences in rarity and strike quality influencing demand. In conclusion, the 1917 one dime stands as a powerful blend of artistry, symbolism, history, and national identity. Its obverse celebrates liberty, intelligence, and hope, while the reverse blends strength with peace. Minted in the year America entered the most devastating war the world had ever seen, this small silver coin represents a nation preparing for sacrifice, unity, and resilience. It remains one of the most meaningful and beautifully designed coins in U.S. monetary history, an enduring symbol of America's courage and unwavering commitment to liberty in times of uncertainty.